Ah, Arsenal, the team that promises so much and yet manages to deliver a roller coaster of emotions every season. Will they maintain their current form, or are they just setting us up for another spectacular collapse? Let's dive into it. Well, it seems like Arsenal have got all the bases covered, at least until they don't. Injuries could be the ultimate party pooper here, and we all know how much Arsenal love a good injury crisis.
I think they are in very, very good form, and we can see the strength of the squad that they have at this moment in time. And it's good for them because in some ways they can have that sort of set piece threat, but they also have some flair and quality as well. So they're finding different ways to win games of football. But I think we've seen this from them, from City, from Liverpool, from whoever, where like a really good run of form at the start of the season doesn't necessarily dictate what's going to happen in that middle third, what's going to happen in the final third of the season, what's going to happen when there are no more international breaks for 4 or 5 months, and maybe you've got a few more injuries. But for now, you can see the confidence is super high. They're at the top of the league and they deserve to be there. And, as I say, they're rolling over these teams at this moment in time. But as we know with football, it only takes one moment, one result, one injury, one bad moment. And then before you know it, you're just the same as everybody else.
Well, I think that's why he has beefed up the squad. Yeah. Because he had those injuries that Nathan mentioned last year and he did not have the adequate cover. I think now, well, we'll find out if they do, because you're not going to go through a season without getting some injuries to key players. I mean, we've already seen it with Martin Odegaard. Saka's had a small time out, nothing like he had last year, which was at least 4 months. With
Odegaard.
I said Odegaard, with a nasty hamstring injury. But they, if we're just talking about England, are the best package at the moment. They're the best package from back to front. If you want a physical game, they can give it to you. If you want a game of football, they can give it to you. If you want to sit in, they can sit in. So
a word of caution from the wise. Complacency, the silent killer of all things promising at Arsenal. Who knew that staying awake and alert was a revolutionary strategy for a football team?
Yeah, complacency is their biggest enemy right now.
The worrying thing, and I know perhaps this is the wrong way to look at the world, is that everything is so great right now at Arsenal. And the seasons usually are not like this, where everything stays beautiful and wonderful and everything is awesome. Seasons tend to take a turn for the worse every so often. That's just the nature of playing.
Don't feed into their negativity.
No, I'm just saying everything feels great. There are no questions about Arsenal. There is no real palpable or tangible criticism. It's not like you can point at this, they're not doing this well, or they're not doing that well, or this player is this, or that player is that. No, everything looks great. The issue is that we're in November. And sustaining this all the way through, that will be a question. And that's when, perhaps, the complacency that Stevie and Stewie are talking about may become a factor. I don't see it happening. I think this team is solid throughout, and it really depends on the personality, the mentality, and the character of the group and the manager to be able to push this thing forward.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Listen, Liverpool were in this position this time last year, and they did blow a gasket because they did not have the squad that Arsenal have this year. And so that's why I don't think it'll happen to Arsenal.
It would finish for them. Jurgen, if you don't mind, I'd like to...
And while everyone's praising the back four, let's not forget that the whole team seems to have discovered defending as a collective. Who would have thought that playing as a team could actually work?
Everyone talks about Gabriel and Saliba and the defence. But if you watch Arsenal, Tom, it ain't just about the back four. It's the whole team as a collective. They all play their role. Declan Rice's awareness to drop in and get back into spaces, anticipate where things are going to be. Saka drops in, Trossard gets back. They all defend as a unit.
Zubimendi's been a good signing.
Zubimendi's, brilliant. He's, it gets in the right. So everyone talks about the back four when you're not conceding goals, and it's true the back four's been brilliant. But Arsenal's team as a collective, defensively, are world class, and you can't get away from that.
The left-hand side dilemma. It's apparently solved with a bit of chopping and changing. If only life's problems could be fixed with a bit of squad rotation.
The only thing that worried me before the season started, and probably still a little bit now, Martinelli's a little bit inconsistent. The left-hand side, we can't, we chop and change between Martinelli and Trossard. I personally think we brought in Noni Madueke for the length. I know people think he's there on the right, he's better on the right. Yeah, he probably is. And everyone's saying, well, Saka doesn't need a backup as such. We've got Saka there. But on the left, I think he brought him in to get some crosses in for Gyökeres, because that's something we don't do enough of. And I think that's his plan. That's the only side, I think, maybe. But I think we've got enough cover there anyway.
So it's a mentality thing now, is it? Winning trophies just naturally happens, they say. Maybe Arsenal should consider a weekend course on mentality from Manchester City.
They've been in the positions in the past and you know, they haven't made it happen. So yeah, I think it's probably a mentality thing. You know, when you're winning trophies like Man City have done, like Liverpool have done, it just becomes natural just to win. Yeah, we win. We just win another trophy. Just pick off another trophy. Now, even when Man United have been terrible, they pick off a trophy because it's just instilled in their nature that they do it. Arsenal really fell away from that, and over the last 4 or 5 seasons, we've seen them primed to be there or thereabouts and not made it happen. Hopefully, or you know, that continues. But I think Arteta is starting to really now instill that mentality that they are there to win trophies now, but they're going to win trophies. They are.
Well, let's bring in an Arsenal fan now. Sky Sports have partnered with Finalysis, an app where passionate fans share their opinions on their club. If you want to represent your club...
Contenders for the Premier League and the Champions League, how novel. Arsenal, breaking with tradition by aspiring for success.
And as long as Arsenal keep going on like this, they're going to be major contenders for the Premier League and the Champions League.
2 players in every position, they say. Strength in depth. It's almost like Arsenal are trying to do this whole winning thing properly.
I think they have got the squad. They've got strength in depth. They've got 2 really good players in all positions. They can rest players. And I think at the moment they're so solid. You know, they are hard to beat. And that's how you win championship, when you are hard to beat. That's how you win cups, when you don't get goals against. They have got people that can score goals. At the moment, they look like the real deal. It's keeping that momentum, keeping that winning mentality, keeping that belief, and keep on winning. Whatever competition you're playing in, every match is important at the moment when you're looking from outside in.
So, can Arsenal maintain this level of play? Only if the stars align and the football gods smile upon them. Otherwise, prepare for the inevitable dramatic twist. If you've enjoyed this delightful dive into Arsenal's potential fortunes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment about how long you think they can keep this up. Go on, entertain us.